Hello and welcome. Now, this time we're gonna be looking at a starter motor. Starting off with a fully dismantled unit, we are going to begin by identifying the main components. Here we have the overrunning clutch with the drive pinion assembly, which turns the flywheel. This is the engagement lever, which pushes the driver gear forwards and backwards. Now this is the armature, which converts electromagnetic energy to mechanical energy, which in turn rotates and drives the shaft of the gear. The small parts, nonetheless, are not to be underestimated, otherwise the starter motor would not work. And from these three, one is the cover cap that holds some grease and keeps the shaft watertight and well lubricated. These are the studs that hold the parts together as one, and this is the split pin that keeps the lever's pivot pin from coming loose. The yoke has 4 field coils held by a screw and has 2 brushes attached. Now these shims have 2 purposes. One is to act as spacers and the other is to act as a hard material on which the shaft's facing is to rotate on. Now this is the solenoid, and its job is to engage the driver gear to rotate to the flywheel when actuated and retract it when not required. Now these are the brushes with the supporting plate that provides current to the motor. The commutator is connected with the armature, and when it receives current through the brushes, it ensures the current to flow as a direct current. Now these are the watertight gasket and O-ring. This locking washer is to keep the shaft in place. This is the front flange housing that locks the starter in position to the gearbox. And finally, this is the rear bracket with a new bronze end bearing. Now this is a step-by-step procedure for how to assemble a starter motor. Now the next thing that I'll be doing is to test it. So here I have me the leads attached to a car battery. Put the negative onto the body of the starter. Okay, now here you can see the motor. Now once I activate the solenoid, the gear should come out. Let's test the solenoid first by touching the switch which comes from the ignition. So here we go. That works. Let's test the motor itself. That works as well. And now let's test them all together. And that seems to be working just fine. So, here you can see the motor fully assembled and everything is in working order. So hopefully, once I'll assemble this, it will not give me any trouble whatsoever.